Paddy Pimblett has explained why his next fight could very well be against Ilia Topuria, and he's already promising a finish. In a recent appearance alongside Tom Aspinall, Paddy confidently claimed that everyone else is trying to box with Topuria, but he'd take a different approach. According to the baddie, he'd stick to his full MMA skill set, use his grappling, and expose El Matador where others haven't. Paddy made it clear, if the fight happens, he believes he's the one to hand Topuria his first loss. Believe it or not, this bout is more within reach than it appears. If Ilia beats Charles Oliveira and captures the lightweight title, the UFC might not be able to resist booking this one. It's a massive money fight. The beef between the two goes back years. Add to that Paddy's huge TKO win over Michael Chandler, and now you've got two stars with momentum, name value, and a real rivalry. Whether it's for the belt or just for pride, this one would have the fans and the UFC watching closely. Who do you think wins in this potential matchup? Leave your comments below.
That could be done like early next year. Paddy winning the title, easy. Well, maybe even this year.
If Ilia wins and says he wants to fight me, the UFC will make that fight.
I think so.
Because they know it's a money fight. As Ben was saying, that's like one of them fights where they were world press tour lad, like McGregor Aldo. I know I'd beat him. It's funny because I got laughed at for it, but I know I'd beat him.
Yeah, but that's what separates you from the other guys. Yeah. From the other guys, isn't it?
We've already talked about a game plan to beat him, lad. I don't know how to beat him. No one goes for his weaknesses when he fights out. Everyone just tries to have a boxing match with him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come out and have a boxing match with him. I'm going to beat him with my all-round MMA game. And as I said, no, I'd beat him, lad. And I reckon I'd proper hate him and just shut everyone up even more like I love to do.
In the newest episode of the Pound for Pound podcast, Kamaru Usman returned to the mic, fresh off his dominant win over Joaquin Buckley, a performance that likely cemented his claim to the next welterweight title shot. When Henry Cejudo brought up a potential showdown with Islam Makhachev, Kamaru made it clear he wants that fight badly. Kamaru and Henry believe that if the fight does happen, it likely won't go down until 2026, especially with Islam expected to face JDM later this year. But he believes it's worth the wait. From International Fight Week to California or Vegas, Usman says there are so many massive markets the UFC could tap into to make this fight a blockbuster. Still, the Nigerian Nightmare isn't counting out Jack Della Maddalena. He respects JDM's dangerous streak and admitted there's a very real chance the Australian spoils Islam's welterweight ambitions. But regardless of who comes out on top, Kamaru made one thing perfectly clear. He wants the winner. And realistically, after such a dominant performance against an up-and-coming fighter like Buckley, it's hard to say that the former pound-for-pound king doesn't deserve next title shot.
Makhachev does win. Where does Kamaru Usman and Islam Makhachev take this fight in 2026?
2026, I mean, that's anywhere, any of the big markets that the UFC wants. I think that's a definitely easily headline International Fight Week. I think that easily is that March card. I think they like to do in Cali or do somewhere, or Vegas. That's a big one for them, you know. So it depends. It's a big one. I mean, I love Islam. We all know that. Everyone knows me and Islam are cool. That would be, I think, 100% the biggest fight to make in the welterweight division. 100%. But listen, let's not sleep on JDM just yet. Let's not sleep on JDM. You know I don't like to sleep on JDM. You know, I've given this man his props. I think this man is extremely talented, and we should not be counting this man out.
Islam Makhachev's head coach, Javier Mendez, recently appeared on Submission Radio, and while he touched on several key topics, including Islam potentially fighting Kamaru Usman if he captures the welterweight title from Jack Della Maddalena, one detail in particular raised some serious eyebrows in the MMA community. Mendez revealed that he has not joined Islam's training camp, even though it started over a month ago. Coach stated that he's currently in Dubai, living his best life, while his fighter is on quote, doing his thing elsewhere. This has sparked concern among fans, especially considering Mendez isn't just any coach. He's Islam's head coach and the architect behind much of his striking evolution. With Khabib Nurmagomedov more focused on grappling, Mendez has always filled that crucial role on the feet. So the idea that he hasn't been present for the first month of camp, especially ahead of a fight against a surging world-class striker like Jack Della Maddalena, feels off to many. Social media lit up with criticism, with fans questioning if Islam's team is underestimating JDM, who's riding a brutal win streak and is an incredibly dangerous fighter at 170 right now. Whether it's a matter of timing or priorities, the optics aren't great, and with a potential double champ legacy on the line, many believe this is not the time to take the foot off the gas.
Hey, I gotta ask as well, are you guys in training camp already?
They've been in training camp. I've been in Dubai. I've been enjoying my life while they're doing their thing. I haven't been down there as of yet, and let's see what happens, but I'm anticipating that I should know soon. He was actually fairly good-sized lightweight as it was. You know, he was on the bigger side of the lightweights. So I don't think this is going to be too big of a jump for him, to be honest with you. It is a jump, obviously, because come fight time, Jack is going to be heavier than us, but not by a big wide margin. You know, I think he's okay here. I think if we ever decide to go to middleweight at some point, I think that's going to be a big hurdle. But I don't think welterweight is going to be that big of a hurdle for him.
Do you think that there's a possibility that before it's all said and done, Islam could move up and fight for a third belt if he does get the second belt?
I don't know. I really don't want to anticipate what could happen there, because that's a lot of what ifs, you know?
It looks like the UFC isn't taking any chances this time, after the chaos of UFC 311, where Islam Makhachev had to face Renato Moicano on just 24 hours notice due to Arman Tsarukyan pulling out last minute. The promotion has made sure a contingency plan is in place for UFC 317, and now Arman himself has confirmed that he's the official backup fighter for the main event. In a casual Instagram comment, Tsarukyan confirmed that he is indeed the backup fighter for Topuria versus Oliveira title fight. This role could be huge for him. Not only would it give him the opportunity to fight for the undisputed title if something happens last minute, but it also positions him back in the spotlight after the confusion and backlash from UFC 311. Tsarukyan's also been staying active. He recently submitted Bellator veteran Patrick Pitbull in a grappling match, keeping his momentum going and his name relevant. Now he's just 2 weeks away from possibly jumping into a title fight on short notice, and fans will be watching closely. In an interview after his grappling match, Arman made a pretty bold comparison, using his win over Patrick Pitbull to draw a parallel to a potential Ilia Topuria bout. He pointed out that guys like Pitbull and Topuria, short, stocky, powerhouse builds, can actually be tough to hold down due to their explosive hips and low center of gravity. But Arman made it clear that if he ever fought Topuria, it wouldn't matter. He said he'd drop vicious elbows on him the moment he got on top, and he doubts the fight would last long after that. Tsarukyan clearly respects the physical toughness, but he's not buying into the hype. He sees a clear path to domination. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.